this is Rochelle Burnett, a realtor here in Des Moines, Iowa, and a teacher at the Iowa Association of Realtors. And I'm joined here with Greta Haas, the Director of Legal Affairs for the association. We've gotten to know each other really well on this topic, so we're covering some of those topics today. So I think you had one on your mind. What was that?
Yeah, so Rochelle, you lead a team here in the Des Moines Metro, and so can you kind of talk about what using an EBA looks like when working on a part of a real estate team?
Yes, and at this point, this is when I would get that buyer's disclosure that we discussed in an earlier video. This is when I would get the buyer's appointed agency disclosure signed at the same time as the agreement, because on our buyer agency disclosure, where the realtor typically puts their name, we're putting our entire team. So we list our entire team at this point, and we do that on an addendum to the buyer's appointed agency disclosure. Lists out every teammate. Then when you actually look at the exclusive buyer's agency agreement, or depending what your office is using for that buyer contract, it actually does not list an agent name on it, because just like listing contracts, these buyer contracts belong to the brokerage. So in that case, I sign it because I'm the agent working with them specifically, but that buyer contract's technically with the brokerage, but it was in the buyer appointed agency disclosure that I listed my entire team. And I do that because sometimes the team is we're often covering for each other, or even in team meetings, we may be discussing a client. How can we help this client? How can we get this listing sold? And that could be confidential information. So I do the same thing on the seller's appointed agency disclosure. I list the entire team.
Perfect. That seems like a really good way to do it, so that the client and the consumer is really aware of everything that's happening in the transaction.
Thank you.